webinar.
I'm Heidi McKee.
And I'm Tammy Grinn, and we are
Grinn McKee
Realty Group.
We are super excited to come to you in the next 15 minutes and share several reasons why you need to buy.
Yes, we're going to talk about why you should buy, when, and
how. 3 questions. Let's do that.
Let's get started.
So, Tammy.
Yes.
Why should we buy? I mean, you're renting, you got this cute little place. Why buy?
So why should you buy, guys? The number one reason that we believe you should buy is because it's a smart investment.
That the average new home sells around $200,000. So that's approximately $1,500 a month.
Depends on how much money you decide to put down.
On average, it's $1,500 a month.
Yes.
So what are you paying in rent? Imagine if you can take that $1,500 a month or $18,000 a year and putting that into equity of something that you own and may possibly get it back when you sell it one day.
So are you saying that if I am putting $1,500 a month into something I'm renting, I'll never get that money back?
It's like burning cash, sister. Burning the cash. But buying is one of the smartest investments.
It is.
Because you are putting money into something that is building equity. And most houses in most markets at this time, they go up.
They do.
They appreciate.
Yes.
It's not like driving a car off the lot where it depreciates immediately. A home usually appreciates.
Right. So you could buy a brand new house instead of buying a brand new car and get a lot in return for that investment.
Yes, awesome. The second reason, so the first reason is it's a smart investment, right? The second reason is it's your property.
It's all yours. You own it and you are your own boss.
So you can paint it polka dots or plaid.
Or bright yellow.
You can plant trees in the backyard.
Yes.
Okay, perfect story. My
Okay.
friend is expecting their first baby. They're due in October.
Aww.
They're gonna buy their first house, and guess what they get to do? Paint their nursery. Right now in their rental home, the landlord said, no way, you're not painting it, you're keeping it eggshell white. If it's a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter.
And the landlord might have limits on how many nails to put in, so you can't even hang up some cute things for your nursery.
So painting and
gardening,
planting, pets.
Pets. You can have pets, as many pets as you would like. You know, if you live in the country and have a house out there, you can have chickens and goats and geese better scurry. You can have all kinds of animals.
So yeah, so it's your property. I love it. You are the owner. You get to decide.
Yes.
And lastly, the reason to buy is you're staking a claim.
Staking a claim. It's like this American dream. So, you know, if you don't really have a place that you can dwell and relax and like mentally, emotionally really chill, if you're renting all your life all the time, it doesn't really feel like it's ever yours. You can't really take a deep breath and really call it yours. So I would say, even if you travel, to find one spot that you can own that is yours, you can always go back to that and claim it as your own.
Claim it, stake a claim. So that's why you should buy.
Yes.
You should make a smart investment. It's your property, and you can stake a claim.
So when should you buy?
To the question, when is a good time to buy? So Tammy, you're the professional realtor. When is the best time to buy?
Well, when you're ready.
When you're ready, so anytime.
So some people say, oh, you should wait until the summer or the spring market's better. But listen, yes, there might be more houses to choose from in certain times of the year, but there's always houses out there. And even right now, going with all kinds of world crisis going on, there's homes available and plenty to choose from. So really it depends on you. Like, if you want to be in by Christmas, you want to be in by school, whatever's best for you and your family. If you're single and it depends on in between jobs, something like that. It's just anytime when you're ready.
The other step is to work on your credit. The best time to buy is when your credit is at the peak. And what we have learned the most is credit really depends on your debt to income ratio.
Yes,
You can be making $15 an hour or $15,000 an hour and have the same credit score. It comes down to your debt to income ratio. If you have a lot of debt compared to your income, your credit score is not going to be the best. So we advise that you take some time, 3 months, maybe 6 months, and kind of pay down some debt, maybe student loans, credit cards, car debt.
Loan.
Just put a little bit toward that so the debt to income ratio is less, and that significantly helps your credit score.
So your debt to income ratio, when you're ready, and when else? When else should you buy?
I think you should buy when you have a good little nest egg for a down payment and closing costs. There are some cash expenses when you do buy a house. There are.
So what is a nest egg? Are we talking like $50,000? Because I'm never going to get there.
No, used to, homeowners had to have 20% down. Could you imagine coming up with 20% on a $300,000 house? That's a lot of cash. But now loans are anywhere from 0% down to sometimes upwards of 12 to 15%.
Yeah, guys, there's this thing called down payment assistance and special things that they do for first-time home buyers. And guess what? Even if you've bought a home before and now you've been renting, if you rent for 3 years and you decide to buy again, you're considered a first-time home buyer again, so you qualify for all those benefits. It's worth it.
The government wants people to buy houses, so they are going to help you get into a home.
Yes.
We just helped a client get into a home for less than 3% down. And he had saved over the last 6 months, which was fantastic.
Yes.
Right? So you can do that.
So you need some money for closing costs, and you want a little bit of cash, a little bit of savings, because you're gonna want to paint it, and you might want to get a new fridge. There's some things that you're gonna want some cash for. So you need to save anywhere from 3 to 6 months worth of time frame.
And again, this is something that you can work with us on. We can help you get a schedule. Sometimes when you're being held accountable, especially with the Starbucks and the McDonald's run, it does help and say, hey, look, Heidi, I just saved an extra $100 this week.
There's all kinds of great apps out there too that you can click that will help put a few extra quarters into, or a few extra, some change into like a savings plan to help you. So explore all those options. So we talked about why you should buy. We talked about when you should buy. Let's talk about how. So how are we doing?
How are we going to turn your dream into becoming a homeowner into
The first thing is to let us share with you some really reputable, amazing people that will help you get started with that loan application.
They can assess your credit, because you might think you're awesome and you're not. Or you might think you're not awesome and you are.
Back up, rewind. You're all awesome.
Oh, it's true. Credit score is what I'm talking about. Credit score.
You might not realize, you might end up thinking that you're terrible and your credit score is like 500, but you talk to a loan officer and he says, you know what, you're at 700 or something ridiculous.
I'll take you. If you're 700, okay, let's go. Okay, so last thing, how do you start the process is you partner with us.
Yes.
This is our full-time gig. We are here to find out what you want in your home, what you want people to say when they walk into what you own, where you want to live. Partner with us and we will help you.
Yeah, and you need to start thinking about like visualizing what your top 5 non-negotiables are. So I feel like I feel like
it's falling down.
Falling.
It's getting heavy.
Anyway, so I want you to start visualizing like 5 things that you feel like would make it your home. Now, a lot of people want 25 things, but let's be realistic, because we want to help you actually turn your dreams of owning your own home into a reality. And there are steps to do that, and it can actually happen. And part of that is visualizing what that looks like. What are those 5 things that are non-negotiable, must-haves, to help us help you get started on finding your dream home?
So for me, a non-negotiable would be a giant backyard, because I have a lot lot of dogs, and they pretty much...
It's their house. They just live in the dog's house.
Yeah, they live in. And Tammy, what was your non-negotiable when you're looking for a house?
Well, when I first started looking for our house that we bought, it was a couple things. One, I wanted it to be within walking distance of the middle school, the high school, and have a park nearby. And it was like there was one neighborhood, and this is when we were living overseas. We were looking online on maps, and we found the location for us was the most important thing.
Location.
Because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be before our kids could actually drive a car. I wanted to make sure they could ride their bikes or walk. And so you got to think about those things. What's important for you? Is it a big backyard? Is it a swimming pool? Is it country where you can have your own chickens and eggs and, I don't know, wool with sheep? Or is it, location in a city where you have nice sidewalks instead of mud. You have to decide what's your...
But Tammy and I will
priority.
definitely help assess that. We have some neat questionnaires and ways to hone in those top 5.
Yes.
So we are down to the end of our webinar. I cannot
Are we
believe
really?
we've already answered why you should buy, when you should buy, and how you should buy.
This is true.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Share with your friends, and we are the dynamic duo that will find the perfect place for you.
Yes, we will put a happy face on your face, and when you turn the key. What is it?